Now, I hope that you can at least explain what is the nervous system. Well, the nervous system is the system that controls and coordinates all the activities of various body parts in response to external and internal stimuli by the conduction of nerve impulse. So, it is the controlling and the coordinating system of a body which is going to control and coordinate all the activities of all the body parts, right, in response to external and internal stimuli. So, in response to both types of stimulus, maybe external or maybe the internal stimulus by the conduction of nerve impulse. What is this nerve impulse? How are we going to define this? We will just discuss. But remember the special cells of a nervous system that are going to conduct this nerve impulse, that this message, they are the neurons, and we call these neurons as nerve cells, right? You must have heard about this. What are the functions of the nervous system? It is actually the main, you can say, the controlling center, main controlling system of a body that actually controls all other systems of the body too. Then it is actually the main coordinating center. It coordinates all the activities of your body parts, right? For example, if you're playing a game, you need to have, you need to have a conscious, you can say conscious brain that is actually working, plus you need to actually regulate your movements also. So, this nervous system coordinates the activities of all the body parts, right, simultaneously. It's not like that it's going to coordinate with only one activity of a body part. It coordinates with many such activities. Then reflexes. What are reflexes? Reflexes means that automatic, spontaneous, involuntary response which is not according to your will, right? For example, you are touching a hot object, you pull your hand back, it's a reflex, right? So, your nervous system actually controls reflexes also, and this reflexes you will learn later that they are very important for the survival of the organism, right? So, these are not just the functions of the nervous system. There are many more functions that are innumerable, you can say. So, now we are going to move to the terms, new term, that is the stimulus, response, receptor, effectors, impulse. What is a stimulus? Stimulus means an agent or a change in the external or internal environment that induces reaction in the body. When there is some change in the internal or the external environment which produces some change within you, that is known as, that agent is known as stimulus. For example, if there is temperature change, so that temperature is going to be the stimulus, right? So, this stimulus is what? It's an agent or a change in the external or internal environment that induces reaction in the body. Then, according to the stimulus, our body generates some response. What is a response? Response is a change in activity in the body of an organism due to stimulus. What is response? It is a change in activity in the body of an organism due to stimulus. What is a receptor? Nerve cell or an organ which is capable of perceiving the stimulus. Now, this receptor is going to perceive this stimulus, and accordingly this receptor is going to send what? It is going to send that nerve impulse to what? To the central nervous system. Okay. So, this is how this conduction of nerve impulse takes place. The message is interpreted and it is, the message or the order, you can say, it is returned back to the effector. So, what is a receptor? Receptor is a nerve cell or an organ which is capable of perceiving the stimuli and set up an impulse towards the central nervous system. Then we have effectors. Now, effectors are the body parts such as your muscles or glands which act according to the orders given by central nervous system. So, for example, you are going to touch a hot object, your skin has those thermoreceptors. They are going to sense that the object is hot. They are going to send this impulse, this message to the central nervous system by what? By this receptors, right? And when they are going to send this message to the central nervous system, what is going to happen? The message is going to be interpreted and the brain is going to instruct the effectors how to react. So, the muscles are going to contract and you are going to pull your hand back. This is how this whole process works. We are going to discuss this whole process in detail. This is just an introductory part, right, so that you have an overview of these terms which we are going to use more frequently when we discuss the chapter. Then what is an impulse? Well, impulse is a wave like the conduction of an electric current. So, how this impulse is there, when the nerve cells get excited, they are going to send this impulse, we call it as nerve impulse, which is actually a message, which is sent to what? It is sent to your central nervous system. So this is how our nervous system actually works. These are the main key terms that I am going to use when I am going to just discuss the chapter, that is stimulus, response, receptor, effector, impulse. So these terms will be more clear when we are going to understand the process, when we are going to understand how our nervous system actually works. So let's begin with the nervous system in greater detail. I hope you will understand this in a better way.